In the modern firearms industry, the quest for the ultimate budget-friendly handgun has driven manufacturers into a relentless race to the bottom line. For years, one Turkish manufacturer seemed to dominate this space, capturing the market by offering features that rivaled custom competition pistols at a fraction of the cost. On paper, it seemed like the ultimate consumer victory. But as any veteran operator or tech journalist will tell you, engineering triumphs are rarely built on deep discounts, and ultimately, you get exactly what you pay for today. We are stripping away the coordinated marketing hype and taking an uncompromising, deeply technical look at the models that completely missed the mark. We are counting down the top 6 cheap CANIK handguns that failed to deliver on basic reliability, quality control, and tactical viability. While this manufacturer has earned a massive cult following for its crisp factory triggers, our #1 spot features a highly anticipated carry pistol, whose catastrophic design flaws will completely surprise you. Drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and let us dive straight into the mechanical breakdowns. Number 6. Canik TP9 SA Generation 1, reflecting back from our current vantage point. This particular model represents the company's early, unrefined entry into the Western market, commanding a low retail price of approximately $340. On the test bench, this polymer-framed striker, fired 9mm handgun features a 4.46-inch barrel and an overall weight of 1.9 pounds. On the surface, the core engineering attempted to mimic the robust design profiles of modern European duty pistols, utilizing a cold hammer-forged barrel and a standard black nitride slide finish. However, the ergonomics and safety integration revealed a staggering lack of tactical foresight. While the grip profile felt reasonably comfortable, the engineering team placed a prominent manual decocking button directly on top of the slide of a single action. Only firearm. Pressing this button completely deactivates the striker mechanism. Because the handgun completely lacks a double-action restrike capability, accidental activation of this decocker renders the weapon entirely inert. To get the gun back into an operational state during a high-stress encounter, the shooter is forced to manually rack the slide back at least 1/4 of an inch, which inevitably ejects a perfectly good live round and introduces an immediate vector for a failure to feed malfunction. The trigger pull itself breaks at a clean 4.5 pounds, but that crisp break is utterly undermined by a design flaw that allows a user to accidentally neutralize their own defensive weapon. Number 5. Canik TP9 V2. Moving along the timeline, this model commands a used and surplus market price floating right around $300. This platform was engineered as an ambitious attempt to create a true double-action and single-action striker, fired platform chambered in 9mm, sporting a 4-inch barrel and a total weight of 1.8 pounds. The core engineering was meant to replicate premium German law enforcement sidearms, utilizing a dual-stage striker system housed inside a bulky, heavy-set slide assembly. Unfortunately, the real-world ergonomics of this platform are remarkably blocky and unrefined, lacking the customizable, interchangeable backstraps that define the brand's superior modern lineups. Mechanically, the action and trigger dynamics are notoriously unpleasant to manipulate. The dual-action system requires an incredibly heavy, gritty, and stacking 10-pound trigger pull for the initial shot, which then transitions into a mushy 5-pound single-action pull for subsequent sequences. The decocking lever is mounted flush on top of the slide structure, demanding significant hand shifting to actuate safely, and the trigger reset is excessively long, vague, and lacks any distinct tactile or audible feedback. Number 4. Canik TP9 SF base model. Taking the 4th spot on our list is a stripped-down bare-bones duty gun that settles at a retail price of $375. This full-size 9mm handgun relies on a 4.46-inch barrel, standard white 3-iron sights, and a basic polymer frame assembly designed to appeal to budget, conscious security agencies, and first-time buyers. The ergonomics are passable, offering a standard grip angle, but the molded polymer texturing is overly aggressive and acts like sandpaper on the shooter's palms during extended strings of fire. The primary engineering failure of this base model lies in its hyper-stiff factory tolerances out of the box. The recoil spring guide rod assembly is tuned far too tightly, calibrated strictly for hot military specification NATO 120. 4-grain ammunition. When standard, affordable 115-grain commercial range ammunition is introduced, the slide routinely fails to cycle fully, resulting in a continuous barrage of failures to eject and stovepipe malfunctions. Furthermore, the slide stop lever is incredibly flush and stiff, making manual slide lock backs difficult, while the 5-pound trigger mechanism frequently suffers from erratic reset failures caused by internal polymer friction. Number 3. CANIK SFX Rival Steel Frame stepping up into the competitive arena. This model commands a budget competition price point of $900. Intended to disrupt the premium, high-end race gun market, this pistol features a heavy CNC machined carbon steel frame, a 5-inch match barrel, and a total unladen weight of nearly 2.7 pounds. The slide is heavily ported for weight reduction and comes fully equipped with an optics, ready mounting cut. While the massive weight of the steel frame feels solid in the hand and mitigates muzzle flip beautifully, the manufacturing quality control completely fell apart on production lines. Shooters immediately encountered severe magazine over-insertion issues, where aggressive tactical reloads during a match would bypass the magazine catch completely and smash directly into the ejector assembly, bending the internal components and jamming the weapon shut. The flat-faced aluminum trigger boasts a light 3-pound break, but loose manufacturing tolerances inside the fire control housing cause noticeable side-to-side play and a gritty pre-travel stage. Additionally, the cast finish on the steel frame frequently reveals visible pitting and tooling marks under close inspection, which the marketing teams actively attempted to obscure through strategic photography. Number 2. CANIK TTI Combat taking our runner. Upspot is a high-profile premium-branded collaboration that retails for $950. This platform features a 4.75-inch ported barrel, a proprietary single-stroke compensator system, a custom aggressive grip texture, and a stylized bronze Cerakote finish. It was marketed aggressively as an elite, out-of-the-box performance pistol ready for cinematic or competitive deployment. The ergonomics are highly customized, featuring an oversized aluminum magazine, well and deep-set undercut trigger guards that provide an exceptionally secure hold. However, the core engineering completely failed to balance the physics of its own modified slide design. The combination of an ultra-lightened slide and an aggressive barrel compensator routinely creates catastrophic out-of-battery malfunctions. The slide consistently fails to return fully forward into its locking lugs, stopping a fraction of an inch short of a complete battery cycle, which prevents the striker from releasing when the trigger is pulled. This dangerous failure to lock up properly is compounded by inconsistent striker spring tension, yielding frequent light primer strikes on standard factory primers. The trigger breaks at an incredibly crisp 2.8 pounds, but that beautiful pull means absolutely nothing when the slide refuses to cycle consistently into battery. Number 1. CANIK METE MSEEK9 arriving at our number 1 spot is a subcompact platform that sits at a retail price of $420. This micro-compact 9mm pistol was engineered specifically to dominate the everyday concealed carry market, boasting a 3.18-inch barrel, an ultra-thin 1-inch frame profile, and a high-capacity magazine configuration that holds 12 or 15 rounds in a highly concealable package. On paper, the ergonomics are spectacular, providing a remarkably secure, comfortable master grip for a micro-sized handgun, along with a direct mount micro-red dot capability. Mechanically, however, this platform has earned a notorious, widespread reputation for catastrophic failures within the defensive community. The primary culprit is a fundamentally flawed recoil spring guide rod assembly that suffers from rapid structural degradation. The spring routinely binds on its own rod, completely stopping the slide from returning to battery. This lethal issue is so pervasive that it frequently manifests within the first 200 rounds of live fire, instantly transforming a life-saving tool into an inert paperweight. While the trigger breaks at a light 4 pounds, the internal trigger safety shoe has a documented tendency to stick flush inside the trigger face, failing to reset or creating an unpredictable gritty obstruction before the break. Navigating the landscape of budget-friendly firearms is always a balancing act between financial economy and mechanical reliability. As we have seen through this countdown, even a manufacturer celebrated for redefining value can falter catastrophically when tolerances are ignored. Safety features are poorly placed, or critical carry pistols are rushed past proper quality control channels. True craftsmanship and defensive engineering require an unyielding commitment to consistency, a standard that these specific models unfortunately failed to meet. If you appreciate deep-dive, technically accurate journalism that looks past corporate marketing sponsorships, make sure to smash that like button right now. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload, and leave a comment below detailing your own personal experiences with these platforms. Thank you for watching, and stay safe on the range.